In example 1, we have a data table here on the right hand side that shows the body temperature for 12 students in degrees Fahrenheit. The data is approximately normally distributed. We want to calculate the mean and standard deviation. Then we'll draw a normal curve and label with the following: mean, 3 standard deviations above and below, and then the percents for the empirical rule. I've already entered my data in list 1 here, so what I'm going to do is just go to the statistics button, STAT. I'm going to calculate, so we'll cursor 1 to the right. We'll calculate some one variable statistics here. And we'll do second number 1, that'll get you to list 1. As we hit enter, we find that the mean is 98.725, or we'll roughly go, let's go 98.7 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the standard deviations calculator gives us as 0.87, and let's make that 0.9 for the standard deviation. What we'll do now is we will draw and label a normal curve. So a normal curve has kind of a bell-shaped look to it. It's tough to do by hand, but we'll get as close as we can. The mean is directly in the middle. There's 1 standard deviation above, 2, and 3. Here's 1 below, 2 below, and 3. And we'll label that with the information that we're given here. So 98.7 is going to go right here in the middle. We're going to add 0.9 to that, so that would be 99.6 would be right here. Add another 0.9, so we're at 100.5, and then if we add another 0.9, we're going to be at 101.4 degrees. If we subtract here, we'll get 97.8. Subtracting again, we've got 96.9, and one more time, we've got 96 degrees. We also want to label this with the empirical rule. So the empirical rule, the percents would be 68% falls within 1 standard deviation above and below. 95% would fall between 2 standard deviations below and 2 above. And then we've got 99.7% of the data, almost all of it, would fall between 3 standard deviations below and above. We have a few questions to answer here in this next sheet, C and D, so we'll try to do that and try to use our standard model, or our normal model there. So it says 95% of the data fall between what 2 values? And that would be 96.9 and 100.5. We know from the empirical rule that 95% of the data will fit from 2 standard deviations below to 2 above, and those values are right here. Would you consider a temperature of 96 degrees Fahrenheit to be unusual? Explain using statistical concepts. 96 degrees is 3 standard deviations below the mean. That's pretty unusual. 99.7% of the data falls within 3 to the left and 3 to the right. And that's pretty far away from the mean. So I'm going to say it is unusual it falls 3 standard deviations below the mean.